Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 84 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. Today, I'm making a few solar distillers. We are going to work on today speeding up our machines. They're a little bit slow without any upgrades in them, but don't worry, that's something we can easily resolve, given that we get a little bit of work in. So in order to make that work right, there's a couple questions I'm going to ask myself. Where and how do I want to store the stuff that I'm going to use to make the speed upgrades? So basically, we need to get coolant. And there's two ways to make coolant. We can either throw 8 lapis with a bucket of water into a machine, or we can throw 1 lapis with a bucket of distilled water into a machine. Now, distilled water, to be fair, we have 10,000 lapis, right? So we don't super duper need to be efficient with the amount of lapis we're converting into coolant. But having some distilled water would not be bad for the future anyway. So I'm going to start a solar distillery farm, and that is this dude right here. And once we get the solar distillery up and running, then we'll probably look at, getting the coolant that we need to make speed upgrades. Pretty cool. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm gonna do, probably just to start, is let's get a drum or two. So we've got drums of oil and crystallized oil. We've used those in the past. Let's make ourselves a couple more drums, shall we? I'm gonna get 1 drum, I think. Yeah, that should be cool. And yeah, how do I want this to work? Let's get a reservoir. Should we do that? Does that sound like a kind of neat plan? Just need some quartz. Let's get about 20 of them. That shouldn't be too hard to get. And remember, we're automatically going to produce more quartz. There it goes. Nice. How cool is it to watch, like, hey, I just used a bunch of quartz, and we're automatically producing new quartz, and it's all good. Like, that is so cool to me. Reservoir, and then we're probably going to want some conduits. Fluid conduits, I say. That should be good. So we're gonna have a reservoir. We're gonna have our drum. I need a cauldron, and I need my drum, and that should be cool. Good deal. Good deal. So let's get outside. Probably over near our IC2 area. And get our solar distillery up and running, shall we? I think I'm going to pop it like right out here. So the solar distillery, as the name implies, uses solar energy to distill water into distilled water. It's really not a difficult concept. So we're going to pop down our solar distilleries. They're each individual blocks, right? So I have 3 now. I might wind up making more. They are pretty slow, to be fair. And the way I'm going to start this off is we'll get our reservoirs, and then we're going to want a couple buckets of water. Let's go find a water source that I can borrow from. This'll do. Hooray! Pop that into the reservoir. 1, 2, and now we've got infinite water in there, right? And then we're going to automate piping water into this thing and piping water out. So let's get our fluid conduits, let's get our wrench. Cool. Now, so I can do signal colors there. Maybe I want to use ender conduits. They are kind of nicer. Ender fluid conduits are kind of a nice thing to have. They just require either pressurized fluid core. So yeah, I can do that. So let's get some conduit binding. Let's get like a stack. And let's get some vibrant alloys. Let's get about 20 sound fair. And I'm going to go speed up this process so we don't have to sit and wait for too long. And now you're cooking up. That'll do. So ender fluid conduit. So let's say usage of this, right? We'll get about 24 of them. The nice thing about ender fluid conduits is they are not restricted to one fluid at a time, which is kind of cool. So I think we should be able to do that. Yeah. So on the up arrow, we could do in-out mode. That would be cool. And we can filter on them too. That's neat. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a bucket of water, right? So on the east side, you're only extracting, right? So you're going to extract whitelist water. And on the upside, you're going to be in in-out mode. You're going to extract not water, and you're going to insert only water. Cool. And then we're going to do that for the rest of these guys. Didn't I have like a little tool that allowed me to like copy conduits? Conduit probe. Now how does this work? Is it right click to copy, or is it shift right click to copy? In probe mode, right-click a conduit to display details about its network, and copy and paste mode. Shift right-click to copy a conduit and bundles. Connection settings, right-click to paste them. All right, so if I shift right-click and then right-click, did that work? No. Cool. Oh well. So you're going to extract not water, and you're going to insert water. And you're going to extract not water, and you're going to insert water. And then over here, and I might wind up moving this, but you are going to be insert only, not water. So that should work. So let's take a quick nap. Because guess what? Solar distilleries only work in the daytime. Put you away because you didn't want to work at all. And all we should need to do now is set this to, on the east, always active extract mode. So you guys should be getting water. Cool. And then on the up, you're going to be always extract. On the up, you're going to be always extract. And you're going to be always extract. So what you should be doing is getting filled up with water, and you can see the solar distillation process cruising right along, and that's happening to all of them. And it should automatically extract the distilled water, and you can see that's what we're getting here, distilled water. Nice. It's very slow. Really, dude? Yeah. It's very slow. I believe... Wow. You guys just want to die today, don't you? Take that. This actually does work. It is a solar distillery, after all, so there's no, like, actual fuel going on. Yeah, so that's 80. If I mashed this for a bit, it's very slow. It's very slow. If you're gonna have like a serious solar distillery, you're gonna want a few of these. Yeah, definitely slow. With all that accelerating, it only got to 136. So let's make a few more of those. Solar distillery. I did craft a bunch of stuff. Really, that's all I've got? Are you still cooking over there? Wow, you are slow. Why are you so slow? I know the answer to that. It's because I haven't done speed upgrades yet. You are still running over here, right, IC2? Oh, you're out of power? Do what now? Do what now? Explain. Base. Are we, like, literally out of lava? Is that a thing that can happen? To the nether we go. Nether. I may have run out of power, y'all. Let's go to the nether. So we shouldn't be out of nether. Internal tank is full. Okay. That's interesting. It's very interesting. This pipe must have got reset during some kind of mod update somewhere along the line. Fascinating. So now we should be getting lava again. Teleporting home. Neat. So somewhere along the lines, we must have gotten an update here, and that caused things to happen. Oh, cool. We're filling up our internal storage here. So that's filling up, which is good, which means that if we pop back to our IC2 area, things are running again. Nice. Now, we might need to look at getting more generators at some point soon, but that won't be too big a deal. I was going to say, I expected that to be... I mean, like, I know it's slow, but I expected it to be a little bit faster than that. So I want to get, like, one more solar distillery, if I may. And real quick, just add 3 more to this. So it won't be a hard thing to add. We just pop down 3 more solar distilleries, and we do the exact same setup, right? So what I could have here is east is disabled, and up is extract not water, and insert water. Cool. And that should be cool. And then the extract can be always active. You are going to be insert water, extract not water, and then you're the same. So we're doing all right. We've got about 400 millibuckets, so, you know, 4/10 of a bucket. That's going to take a long time. What we'll probably wind up doing is making what we need to make elsewhere, which is fine. All right, so you're getting a net gain of power, which is good. All our machines should be charged back up. So we're not doing too bad on power, but we're going to definitely want to ramp that up. Let's get started with the fluid canning machine. So we need a fluid canning machine, the fluid solid one. That's the one, this guy, fluid/solid canning machine is the guy that we need, which shouldn't be too bad. I just need a circuit real quick. Please. Missing rubber, really? Away we go. So you macerated a bunch of stuff. That was nice of you. Let's tree tap some rubber. Cool. Wow, these machines are so slow until you speed them up. It's killing me. But that's literally what we're working on today. So if you could make me a circuit, that would be super. Thank you. And that should be cool. Pop home. Circuit might be done by now. Almost. There it is, and we've got our fluid/solid canning machine. So what we're probably going to want to do, let's head over here and see what we can come up with. So I'm thinking this area might be a nice place to have this set up. So if I want you to be able to accept MV current, right? Canning machine, the fluid solid canning machine is a power tier 1. So if I want to put MV power on that thing, what I'm going to need is a, what's it called? Transformer, right? Yeah. So you get to work making that for me. What are we missing? Ah, rubber. Of course we're missing rubber. Maybe I should think about making the farm. Cool. While that cooks, so basically there's several modes to this thing. This is the mode we want to be in, fluid enrichment mode. What that means is we put liquid in, we put an item in, and it enriches that item it enriches the liquid with the item, and then we get what we want out of it. We're probably going to need... How is this thing doing, by the way? Dude, he is doing a great job. Look at him, just cruising. All right. So if we wanted a fluid cell, we're going to want a few of these. I think they go in here. If I put water... How do I get water into this thing? I might need to pipe it in. So I'm gonna do this just because I have it right here. There's my fluid canning machine, right? Maybe I'll do it. A little bit like that. So at least it's a little bit hidden under the ground. And then you can be on extract mode. And then you should be filling up with water. Nice. Cool. All right, now that we've got water in there, let's get our transformer so that you can accept medium voltage current. And then we're going to want to hook you up to cable. So let's get about 10 of you cooking. Oh, I'm missing rubber. I know, I'm missing rubber. Really getting close to wanting to set up automation on that rubber thing. I could probably just move my rubber trees over to the farm that I already have set up. And if I just put those blocks in that area and put a tree tap in that thing, it would work. Would be my theory. It shouldn't be too hard, honestly. But we'll get to that at some point. So you need power. Now, we want to make sure that you don't connect to that, so let's make sure that you are yellow. That prevents those two from connecting, and that should be good. Nice. So you've got power, you've got water. Now all we need to do is do lapis, and if I just put that in there, this thing starts running. And that's how we're going to get coolant in bucket form. And I think if I put the universal cells in here. Yes? Nice. All right, that's cool. Now notice it's using 8 lapis per transaction, right? Boom, just use 20. Cool. So 8, 16, 24. That's pretty much what we can get with the current number of cells that we have. Nice. Now if I want overclocker upgrades, and what I'm probably going to do is get another stack of lapis and throw it into my macerator, because if we're burning through 8 lapis per, it's a lot. We're going to need this thing really hooking up a lot of stuff for us. Overclocker upgrades. Okay. We need 3 10K coolant cells. That is 10 plates around a coolant cell like we have here. Okay. So let's get one more of these, if I may. Really? Come on, dude. All right, I'm getting tired of this. Let's do this. Let's get ourselves a forge hammer. Just because it's so slow. No, it doesn't matter because we're going to do a stack, but that's cool. Boom. A little bit easier, right? And soon, this will be a lot faster. So for 10K coolant cells, we just surround this in tin, right? Wow, there's a lot of things that this is used for. 10 plates. Nice. Oh, cool, and they stack. And we get the empty cell back, which is really kind of nice. I was unaware that we got the empty cell back. That is super cool. That actually makes me want to do something pretty nifty. We might completely automate these 10K coolant cell production guys. But now to get 2 overclocker upgrades, it's pretty easy. So for 3 of these, I would get a 30K. And then for 3 30Ks, I could get 6. Yeah, I think it's just fine doing this. We just need a circuit then. I'm going to need 2 circuits. Because I've got 2 sets of coolant cells. Right? And then you guys can go right back into here, which is neat. I like that. So circuits are crafting, slowly but surely. But we're almost to the point where things will be a little bit faster. Power's good? Yeah. What is taking so long? Metal former. That's one. And that's two. In theory. Goodness. There we go. Nice. So now, check out the macerator, for example, right? I can add overclocker upgrades to this dude. And for each overclocker upgrade I add, it's going to be requiring a little bit more power. And at the same time, it's going to speed up the machine a bit more. So notice how much faster that is? That's awesome. So let's look at automating this process, right? So in order for us to get... Let's work down the line, right? If I want overclocker upgrades, right, we're going to need more patterns. You get started cooking, please. It's enough for now. That's overclocker upgrades. You already know how to make circuits, you already know how to make these. All we need to do is teach it how to make this, right? So that is one of those. Now we have to teach it how to make universal fluid cells of coolant. That's the tricky part, right? And that's where we have to say, let's say 10K coolant cell. Extractor, compressor, yeah. So what we need to do is actually manually teach this pattern because it's not available in JEI anywhere. So let's get one. So basically what we're going to say is lapis dust times 8. Let's assume that we're going to always have universal fluid cells in here. And I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet. I could export bus it. Like, I could exporter fluid cells. That would kind of be cool. Because every time we use these, we get what we need, right? So we could either say, put an empty cell in there, and yeah, let's do it with an empty cell. Does that sound cool? Yeah, I think we're going to teach it to, hey, give me an empty cell, which I might have some in there still. Yeah, let me just snag one. Right, we'll keep that empty at all times. And we'll see if the crafting thing works the way I hope it does. But in theory, I should be able to say, if I give this machine one empty cell and 8 lapis dust, it's always going to have water in it. That'll get us one of these. Okay, so let's pattern that thing. Down here, you can be responsible for learning these two parts. And then we're going to want IC2 area. Where are you? Multiple sides to a block. So many sides to a block. I might want to phantom face this. So we've got power going in the bottom. We've got energy going in the top. So let's phantom face downstairs for the refined storage components, because we're going to need items in and items out as well. So let's actually do that. Let's get a phantom face crafting. I know, Derpy Dyer. Installs a grid at his IC2 area and then never uses it. So phantom face crafting should be in process. Cool. Nice. So I'm going to pop this dude right underneath here. And I'm going to bind him. Cool. And we're going to want to hook up our cabling. So let's get a crafter set up here with this pattern in it. Okay, the only thing I haven't taught yet is how to make lapis dust. One thing I want to do is test that when I get a chance. Cool. And then we're going to want an import bus too while we're here. So you importer, please. We'll let that cook while I'm laying down my cables, which I don't have on me. I guess I could just run it. Up here should be fine. Cool. And then importer. So now we need to test this, right? To make sure the eye-sidedness of everything is going to work the way we want it to. So you can importer on that. And let's see if you're... Okay, so everything looks good here, right? So if I were to put these guys in here and I wanted a cell, and I said, hey, missing universal fluid cell. Oh, did I not tell it? Didn't I put the pattern in there? Or am I... Haha! I am a derp. Come for the tutorials, stay for the derps. One universal fluid cell plus 8 lapis dust gets us a universal fluid cell. That's what we want. Boom. And now if I requested you make a 10K coolant cell, can you do that? Yes. Start. So you put the 8 lapis dust in there, you put the universal fluid cell in there, you're going to extract the coolant cell, and that fulfilled the crafting request. And then if we say, hey, 10K coolant cell, we got one. Nice. And if we want overclocker upgrades, say we want one of these. So you're missing rubber. Haha, big surprise. Right? But if I want an overclocker upgrade times 2, let's say, we should have all the resources to make that. If I want it, I think I've got enough for 4, right? You have the available lapis dust. Now we have to figure out how to make lapis dust automatically. Do we want to stick a crafter on the macerator, or can we throw lapis into, for example, a sag mill and get lapis dust? That will work. Questions of the ages. Zzz. I see 2 lapis dust. All right, cool. So let's do that. Let's steal this octadict capacitor because this machine's not hooked up to the automation system. We're going to teach you how to make lapis dust real fast in a sag mill. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Nice. So now we should have everything that we need to do to automate overclockers. How cool is that? We've already got the 2 from the processing, and it's still crafting some other things, right? Probably down here is running one of these 2 machines. So I'm going to start throwing overclockers in our machines, and in theory, if I'm not mistaken, we're pretty much fully automated with overclockers at this point. I might just want to look at maybe getting more resin. So let's look at maybe considering automating that, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so here's what I'm going to try real quick. If I were to get a tree tap, even one that's in use, which, you know, maybe this will work, we'll find out. Now, I'm pretty sure you extract directly into this drawer system, which is hooked up to the refined storage system. And I could throw resin in, like, one of these drawers. That would be fine. I've already got this dude there. You extracted the resin, which is good, and the resin's going to sit in here until I give it a home. Nice. So I think what I'll do is just move all my stuff right into here. And then we'll have like a nice, small, efficient, automated resin thing. Does that sound cool? That should be fine. So I'm going to move all these off camera real quick. I will be right back. So then we'll teach this guy how to make tree taps. Like so. We're going to get one. And we're going to configure down here. Now, I had something similar going on for bone meal at some point. Maybe I still do. I don't even know. But we're going to figure it out. So what did we have here? Insert on channel black. So over here, do we have an export on channel black? Yes. And that is coming right off of the drawer controller. And then we have an exporter with a crafting upgrade. So we were dumping something into the drawers, probably tree taps. Now they don't stack, right? So if I put tree taps in one of these slots here, and because they don't stack, you would only be able to have 16 tree taps at any given time, if I'm correct about that. So like, if we put exporter there, and we put a tree tap in there, we've got one tree tap. Neat. Sweet. And it got a clock. Okay, cool. So that is a new tree tap sitting right there. That is kind of neat. That is kind of cool. I like that. Okay, cool. So with that in place, that should be functional. So you can tree tap stuff. Now let's just give resin a home. So all we need is a drawer and a key to lock it. So we add resin, lock it, and then we have automated resin. That should work just fine. Sweet. And this thing should be filling up. We've got 23 resin in there. If we search for resin, we've got a bunch. And then we can throw it into our IC2 extractor. And maybe at some point we'll automate this, right? We'll have an extractor down there that's you know, set to exporter resin and importer on the extractor, and then all our resin's automatically processed. Does that sound cool? I think that sounds cool. Maybe I'll do that right now. No sense waiting, right? So all I need is a circuit and 3 more tree taps. Cool. I like how it auto-crafts tree taps for me. It's very kind. So circuits are a little bit quicker to make now because we've got overclocker upgrades, which is awesome. I can probably put away a lot of the stuff that I have in my inventory at the moment because I don't need it anymore. Or at least not right now. Cool. So extractor is set. We'll throw this down here. I'm going to want some cables. Nice, at least one. Exporter and importer. Nice. Put away the key. You can go there for the time being. There's my exporter. And importer should not be far behind. Come on. You can do it. Thank you. So all we have to really do is set up an extractor. Now you're on tier 2 power, so we're going to want a transformer. Otherwise things will blow up. Missing rubber. Of course you are. Cool. And look how much faster it is to do this stuff. I love it. Now how bad would it be to request 6 of this? You're just missing 1 rubber. So close. Okay, cool. Definitely faster. Liking that. And we'll throw some more overclockers in there at a point. And you're doing okay. So the transformer should be good as soon as these machines are done crafting. Come on. Might be because I requested the overclockers. Oh, that's a lot of tin. It's taking so long. Transformer? Oh, you're waiting for iron plates. I'm just going to make a stack of these for now. That'll do it. the plate machine was gummed up, making tin for us. Cool. So now you can accept this form of power. We will do an exporter and importer setup. Cool. You actually don't need an exporter. So if I just always active you on extract mode, and then we just exporter. I'm assuming we've gotten resin by now. Look at that. Perfect, right? Pretty cool. All right, so I think that's a good wrapping up point for the episode. I will make a few more overclockers between episodes, and for now, I'd say it's probably wrapping up point. So you should have universal cells, right? You have a few. So I guess you're making more because I requested so many, but that's okay. Having a stock of universal cells in inventory should be fine. See, it's making a few tin plates for the coolant cells. That's what it's doing. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. All right, so wrapping up point, Darryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Definitely good progress on IC2 today. We will proceed down this path a little bit and then see where it takes us. All right, so for now, take it easy.